It was fast, frenetic and another fantastic encounter as Formula E returned to the Mexican capital for Season 3. Welcome to Street Races, where we'll be taking a look back at the Julius Baer Mexico City E-Prix, plus much more. Coming up, grappling with the locals, sampling Michelin star service, and getting a bird's eye view of the latest DS car. Now, when gearing up for a big race, different drivers do different things. Some like to chill, relax in the hotel, listen to music, whereas others like to wrestle. They just don't know it yet. So guys, here we are in a wrestling ring. Did you have any idea what you were supposed to be doing today?
Well, we got told to be here at 12 o'clock, but not much more. We knew there was going to be some kind of interviews, but I'm not really sure what's going to happen yet.
And Oliver, I see you've got your shorts and your trainers on, so you must be ready for a bit of activity.
Well, yeah, I was told to meet at this sports arena. I didn't know it was an arena with a ring in, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see this, I think.
Okay, well, I probably suggest just doing a few lunges and just warming up nicely because, yeah, your coaches have arrived. Pedro, tell me a bit about wrestling in Mexico. What is the culture here?
Okay, here in Mexico, the wrestler is tradition. It's part of the family, it's part of it's a big tradition. It's a lot of years.
And you say that it goes back through generations and there's pride in wearing the mask.
Really. It's a big tradition to wear the mask.
And when the spectators are here, obviously it's empty now.
Yeah.
What is the atmosphere like?
It's very amazing, it's wonderful, it's awesome.
And do you come a lot?
Yeah, I come a lot. I came here to Arena Mexico. It's like the cathedral of all the wrestlers.
I'm still alive.
So guys, you came here thinking you were going to have a bit of a gym session. Obviously, we surprised you with this lot. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit different to what I'm used to. First time I've had a go at wrestling, and yeah, I'm not sure I'm really built to be a wrestler, but no, it was great fun to see these guys.
You gave it a good go. And what about you? You found your new hobby, I'm sure. We've got a new wrestler on our hands here.
I liked it, I enjoyed it. It's fun. It's, I mean, the guys are good sports. They know what they're doing, and it's just funny to be able to do things and movements that we're not used to doing. So it was fun.
Well, thanks for being such good sports. Very good.
Your turn.
No, I don't know. What am I doing? It's all gone out of control here. We better get back to the real action now. Let's go to the track. Moving swiftly on, it's time for this week's insight into another unique aspect of FE racing. We're talking technical, we're talking tread, we're talking tyres.
There are many places around the track that have different tarmac. Some are concrete, some are like this in the pit lane, some are different, some are really bumpy.
We decided to design a very unique tire dedicated to this idea of energy efficiency.
What's very specific is that we use the same tire for the rain and for dry conditions. It makes it just a little bit more special.
You have to imagine that when a car is running, the ring resistance of the tire represents 20% of the overall energy need of a car. So it's very important to minimize it as much as possible. Motorsport is clearly used as a laboratory. We are involved in a championship that makes sense for the development of our street tires. We designed an 18-inch tire for that type of cars, which is quite a revolution because you have smaller sidewalls. That means you have less deflection. and then you have less rolling resistance. With low speed, because it's a city track, aerodynamic effect on the grip is very low. That means we have to maximize the grip coming from the tire. And we introduced the Pilot Sport EV2 for the Season 3, where we improved the weight reduction of about 2,500 kilograms and transport a very small quantities of tire, which is a very huge benefit regarding the environmental footprint of the championship.
I think every decisions that are made around Formula E are something to try and replicate also in the reality. And I think for a manufacturer to come in the championship, it's quite important to make the link so that the clients, when they come in the shop, they say, look, we got a racing car competing in the world, more or less the same tires, more or less the same powertrain, more or less the same maps that are going to be used in real car for regenerating the energy. And you know, we win those races and you have the same technology in your car.
So how did those tyres hold up around the streets of Mexico City? Let's take a look back at race 4 as we put you into the driver's seat.
All 5 lights are on and we go green in Mexico City. Good start from Oliver Turvey. Very good start as well from Jean-Eric Vergne.
So you should be flat out now, flat out.
Heidfeld's into 3rd place.
Follow your dashboard for the strategy number, should be 7.
Oh, and there's an accident in there. Oh, it's rear wing.
It's gone,
rear wing's gone. Oh,
massive
big
lock-up.
lock-up. And DaCosta is not getting that one stopped.
Coming in.
Cars are entering the start finish straight now, Lucas. Try to close the gap.
We hardly used any energy on the last lap.
And there's the attack, and through goes Buemi past Felix Rosenqvist. Gutierrez loses a couple of places.
You don't need to overtake Turvey.
Oh, but no, is that Turvey slowing? Is that Oliver Turvey slowing down the race leader? There he is!
Oh no!
Jose Maria Lopez is leading the way over the start line. Now here comes Daniel Abt up the inside of Nico Frost. So into the pits comes Lucas Di Grassi. Vergne coming in with 6% remaining.
Box. Jeff will be getting close to flat out.
And he's through! A bad stop for Nick Heidfeld has dropped him down the order. Lucas Di Grassi and Jerome D'Ambrosio are in 1st and 2nd places.
You need to tell me what is going on. I thought I was in the lead and I'm not in the lead.
And up into 3, they rub wheels. He gets pushed out wide, he cuts across.
He cut the chicane.
Stay calm, stay calm.
Oh, they're so close there. And there's a problem for the Andretti car.
You've got 26% more energy than Di Grassi and D'Ambrosio.
Lopez bins it at turn 1.
Don't talk to me there, man. Come on.
Buemi bins it with him. Incredible.
J'ai du sous-virage de fou.
Whoa, there goes Rosenqvist.
Rule number 1, don't take your teammate out though.
Oh, there go the Mahindras. Bird gets a hit.
I mean, he's a joke, this guy. He's a joke.
D'Ambrosio has 10% less energy manual.
Big lock
Oh,
up.
he
He's
made a
not
mistake.
in the wall,
This is it.
Not quite. Vergne tries to get the inside.
He's got
D'Ambrosio
it.
closed the
He's got
door.
it.
He's up into 2nd place.
Watch the lap times now, this is it.
Oh, 3 laps to go.
Heidfeld should be flat out as well now.
Round goes Heidfeld, pirouetting in the stadium, and then a shunt, and the 2 teammates hit each other.
D'Ambrosio will be struggling on energy.
Oh, what a move from
Brilliant
Bird. Up into 3rd position.
Fantastic, Lucas. Fantastic.
So Di Grassi took the win with Jean-Eric Vergne 2nd and Sam Bird in 3rd. In the standings, it means Sebastian Buemi still leads the championship, but is now just 5 clear of Di Grassi. From the track to the road, and the latest offering from DS, which actually involves heading back to the track. Confused? Don't worry, here's DS Virgin Sam Bird to clear things up.
The research and development that goes into a Formula E car clearly influences regular cars. We've seen manufacturers borrowing elements from their Formula E teams and using the technology on the road. And I went to check out the latest offering from my team, DS.
So I've made
made it here to the Autodromo de Buenos Aires. Today I'm going to be testing out the brand new DS3 Performance on this great circuit. The likes of Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher, they've both graced the podium here, so it's an honour to be here, and I can't wait to see what the DS3 Performance car has to offer me today. Okay, so this isn't an electric car, but the technology under the bonnet has learned a thing or two from its FE big brother. And it means you can do things like this. So after driving the car hard for a few laps, I'm really impressed with it. DS Performance have done a really good job on the handling of this car. No big oversteer moments, tiny little bit of understeer, but it's the quickest way forwards with this car. DS Performance shares data on the chassis, the brakes and the transmission. The development of both these separate cars is done under one roof with one shared goal: to achieve optimum performance. They've managed to take a hatchback and turn it into what feels like a little racing car. It's a happy little car, it wants to go quick. I like it. What we have here then is a car that, despite not being overly eco, shows how much influence our series is gaining outside the world of electric motoring. It shows the collaboration between what we do and what ends up on the road. And quite honestly, it shows that when technology is used properly, you can end up with something really quite special.
I get the impression Sam had a pretty good time taking that for a spin. Time for us though to put the brakes on for a few minutes, but when we return, there's still plenty more to come. Racing for revenge at Mahindra. Swiss chic at the Geneva Motor Show. And putting Piquet Jr. on the spot. Welcome back to one of the world's biggest capitals, where the Julius Baer Mexico City E-Prix threw up another fantastic encounter. But there's been another race this weekend that also caught the eye, especially for those with recent memories of street races in Vegas. Back in January, FE staged the first ever Visa Vegas E-Race, where a prize pool of $1 million was up for grabs between qualifying gamers and our very own FE drivers. Sim specialist Ollie Pakala, driving in the Mahindra colours, took the checkered flag, but a subsequent timing penalty meant the spoils went to Bono Huis of the Netherlands, with Pakala finishing third behind Mahindra teammate and FE driver Felix Rosenqvist. The chance for revenge has been brewing ever since.
Felix Rosenqvist and Ollie Pakala, great to have you here. So you obviously feel that a rematch is in order?
Yes, very much. I was not really expecting that. They told me a couple of days before coming here that Ollie's gonna come. So yeah, it's always nice with a challenge, especially before a race weekend, to get a little bit into the mood. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Ollie, you were a great sport before the Vegas E-Race. You were giving Felix lots of help, giving him some tips. Turns out I think you helped him a little bit too much.
Yeah, stuff happens, but today it might be a bit different. Let's hope so.
The race gets underway as they head down towards the first corner. Pakala on pole position on the right-hand side as we look at it. He moves across to cover the inside line. Is Rosenqvist going to fancy a look up the inside? He's up there. They make contact. They both slide through and Rosenqvist leads. Here they come towards the stadium section for the first time. And Rosenqvist goes in deep, too deep. Oh, and they've hit each other upside down. Upside down, Felix Rosenqvist. And that means Pakala's back in front. Rosenqvist is going to have his work cut out if he wants to stop Ollie Pakala from taking a 30-point lead with only 30 points remaining, but he's in the wall through the final chicane. Oh, he has gone in a bit deep, just about gets it out. A stroke of the moustache perhaps for Ollie Pakala. There it is as he comes out of the final corner and across the line, and he takes victory in the first of the two races. That puts him 30 points clear of Felix Rosenqvist, and it'll be Rosenqvist who starts on pole position, and away they come down towards turn one, and Rosenqvist is squeezing Pakala. Pakala up the inside. There's going to be contact here, and Pakala is through. No, they're still side by side, and Rosenqvist is still just in front. No, he feels confident enough to hold his line, and Pakala's not close enough to make the move. Yes, he is. Good, not quite able to get through. Look at that slingshot that's given him through turn 2. Rosenqvist has opened the door. Here comes Pakala. Contact. Rosenqvist just holds on. In 3 kilometers time, we'll know. Oh no, he's in the wall. Felix Rosenqvist is in the wall. He only had a lap and a half to go. It's the sim racer Olli Pakala who comes out of the final corner to win the Mahindra Challenge here at the Mexico City E-Prix.
Dilbag, what do you have to say to your new Mahindra Challenge champion?
Well done, Olli. I think you really brought your A game here today. I guess you were practicing for the last 6 months, and while Felix was at home practicing for Mexico race, but really well done. I hope you enjoyed the Gen Z scooter, and we look forward to some more challenges from you going ahead. All right? Thanks, man.
Now, one of the big differences between virtual racing and real racing is, of course, safety. And here in Mexico City, it's the job of these stewards to make sure the race day goes off without a hitch. So if you've ever wondered about the different coloured flags, the rules, the regulations, wonder no more. As well as the fast cars and the stunning city backdrops, many officials play a crucial role in making sure a race day runs smoothly and fairly. It is perhaps the stewards who have to make the most vital decisions that could make or break a driver's glory. So Tim, you're head of the stewards. Tell me a bit about what that even means.
Well, we're the judicial body and we apply the penalties. So the way it works pretty simply is that we would receive a report from the race director. That would come with some evidence of an alleged breach. We look at that, we would call the team in and then arrive at a decision and then issue a penalty. And the penalties are based along certain guidelines to provide that consistency between race and race.
And Tim and his team were certainly kept busy in Mexico. Daniel Abt, who qualified fastest to achieve pole position, was later given a penalty and dropped to last place on the grid after it was determined that his tyre pressure did not meet FE guidelines.
So I'm kind of the voice between the drivers and the stewards. I'm a former car driver as well. So what I do, I try to pass to the stewards what the driver's feeling or what they're trying to do, because when the rules are, the interpretation is quite hard. It's not black and white. So then it's when my role comes.
Well, of course, it always helps having a driver's perspective. But as I said earlier, you know, the telemetry, the video, all the data that we have tells the story. And the drivers know that.
Do you ever find points though where it is particularly difficult?
Well, yeah, when it's difficult, you just don't apply a penalty. Unless you're sure that someone's breached a regulation, then you don't apply the penalty.
And that must be quite hard, being sometimes the bad guy, because it may cost somebody their position or their championship.
For sure, and that's one of the things that for the driver, we really had to be careful. For example, I'm from Brazil. I don't really do the races in Brazil because I know all the drivers and I don't want to get in the middle. And even when I have a situation here that we're talking about the Brazilians, I prefer not to be too much involved, just for normal reasons.
So with Mexico, are you excited about this track in particular?
Absolutely. This has a wonderful history, this circuit. I mean, this was used in the 60s for Formula One, for the Grand Prix racing then, so it has an incredible history. It's a great circuit, and that amphitheatre, of course, with the Formula E cars being so quiet, you're going to hear the roar of the crowd.
Fantastic, Lucas, fantastic. Great job, great management, fantastic.
Now, someone who's used to safely negotiating the twists and turns of FE is Season 1 champion Nelson Piquet Jr. But how would the NextEV driver fare under the spotlight of some quickfire questions? Name?
Nelson Piquet.
Age?
31.
And team?
NextEV Formula E team.
What was your childhood ambition?
I was just a kid. I didn't have no responsibilities, honestly. Just wanted to play cars.
Your sporting hero?
That's a hard question. I mean, it's easy to say my dad because I know him so well.
What's your greatest strength?
Don't get emotions get to me.
Do you have a worst habit?
Biting my nails.
Favourite movie?
Cool Runnings.
Best moment in Formula E?
Winning the championship.
Which superhero would you be?
Iron Man.
Favourite band?
Frank Sinatra.
Best dance move?
Best dance move? Me and dancing are very far apart.
Greatest moment in life?
Probably my first NASCAR win in America.
Have you broken any bones?
Never.
Something that you've never done that you'd love to try?
I haven't tried it yet, but I know I'm going to do it soon. I'm going to learn how to jump, parachute jumping by myself.
While Nelson recovers from that little grilling, let's take a quick time out and turn our attention to the very latest EVs. Throughout the series, we've brought you stunning supercars from some of the biggest names in the business. But this year's Geneva Motor Show provided the perfect platform for brand new suppliers to showcase their work. Here's our top picks. First up, a company that up until now were responsible for manufacturing an electric truck, and this, the Moto Chimp monkey bike.
Vanda Electrics is a company from Singapore, and we specialize in battery technology. Dendrobium has been on the drawing board for about almost 20 years, and we've only finally been able to realize this dream because of the rapid advancements in electrification technology.
So Vanda came to us in late 2015 with some sketches, and we've worked with them as their engineering partner to turn, I guess, what was their dream into a reality. To achieve something electrically is very different to achieving it with a traditional engine. So things like acceleration is easier to achieve because of the low end torque you get with electric. Sort of top speed becomes more of a challenge.
Not all brands showcasing their latest EVs are even car manufacturers. Nano Flow Cell are a research and design company who put their technology in the Quant 48 volt. Their flow cell system takes a whole new approach at powering your EV, relying on filling the car with an electrolyte liquid called Bion. This eco-friendly chemical compound does away with having to charge a car like most conventional EVs. Another company new to the industry is China's Tech Rules. Debuting the stunning Ren, this supercar was styled by designers Giorgetto and Fabrizio Gugliaro.
As you can see, it's a very particular sports car where we decided to have 3 different cockpits because 3 seats, central driving, and of course the inspiration of this car is very aeronautical.
The Ren uses a micro-turbine similar to those seen in helicopters, which are used to generate electricity, which then charges a battery pack. Turbine technology did make a brief appearance in car manufacturing back in the 1950s, but it failed to take off. Now, the 24-year-old Tech Rules chairman thinks it's the right time for the turbine to make its comeback.
This engine can offer a range up to 12 million kilometers. That range is not going to finish in one people's life, so which means if you buy the turbine, you don't need to take care of it.
Paris Hilton starts our social roundup as she relives the honour of presenting a trophy on the podium in Mexico. Panasonic Jaguar Racing invite you to explore their pedigree as they take you from Le Mans to Formula E in just 22 seconds. Daniel Abt hits the red carpet in Berlin for the premiere of The Fate of the Furious. One fan tweeted that the Mexico E-Prix gave his son the best day of his life. And Lucas de Grassi pays tribute to his team after an amazing victory in Mexico. Remember, we always want to hear from you, so keep those tweets coming at FIA Formula E. Well, that's it from this week as we wave goodbye to Mexico City and round 4 of the season. Next up on the FE Tour, Monaco.